Yes, we are joined by Basic Education Minister, Ms. Angie Motshekga. She is here to tell us, I suppose, to just unpack, those results that we have seen, the achievements in terms of, a wide range of issues that were addressed in terms of the minister's speech. But I think in terms of time, what we're able to speak about, I think that pass rate, Minister Motshekga, thank you so much for joining us. That pass rate, are you happy? I think there was a lot of predictions that we were going to see a decline of sort, but instead we saw that slight increase from the class of 2021. What do we attribute this to?
I think it just shows now the system is quite resilient. It can withstand storms because along with most of the researchers or commentators, I just thought we were going for a bloodbath. I mean, as I say, the class of 2022 had part grade 11 and only had grade 12. So I think also the adrenaline, that they were panicking, they knew they were at a disadvantage, then they worked even double harder. But what was unique about the 2020 class and the 2021 class, we got lots of support from the media, from professionals. Everybody just panicked and worried about learners. We had NECT organizing a real aggressive and comprehensive program to support learners from outside. So we had everybody giving them support. And I think just that panic caused them to work even harder. So I was also expecting the worst out of the situation. But by September, we knew from the September results that things were not going to be this bad.
Right. We spoke about you saying that you had quite a big number this year, about almost 900,000 candidates that said. You speak about the danger of this being that it could really, impact from your bachelor's to your distinctions and so forth. But we're seeing that increase in the number of bachelor passes. In fact, you say in your speech, this is historically the biggest number of bachelor passes you had recorded.
Yes, it is. That's why I said this class is just a mixed bag of very good news. Because 2019 was the highest pass that we've had since our democracy. In terms of the numbers of learners, of children who got bachelors, we had more learners. Though 2019, in terms of percentage, we had more learners getting a bachelor passes in 2019. But in terms of the number of learners, I mean, comparing last year to this year, we have more than 35,000 extra young people getting bachelors. So it's one of those surprises. The other surprise is the number of distinctions that we really got this year. We got more diplomas. So the quality of passes really gave us a slight improvement, which again, I thought it was a good thing, which made us happy, but we were quite surprised that even in terms of quality. And as I said, I think it's because of the panic, the anxiety, and just the concern that these learners were highly disadvantaged, that everybody rallied around them. And I think families and everybody, and that really paid dividends.
I think also maybe what I didn't see in the speech, and I think I'm quite interested in finding out, because we've had this conversation for the last 2-3 years, what's happening there with your gateway subjects? Are you seeing an improvement? I wasn't privy to that in terms of the speech.
No, I managed that the needle is not moving in your maths and science, and that's what is really concerning us. So what we have decided is to, as much as we have decided that we have to go and strengthen our foundations for learning, make sure that we strengthen your foundation phase or intermediate phase in order to get the results there and get more learners. The other concerning factor is that schools to get, or even parents to pass, they discourage learners from taking maths and science. So it is an area of major concerns. We've not seen a decline, but we've not seen an impressive movement. So we're stuck. We're just really not making progress. Despite the investments we've made, we've brought Cuban teachers, professionals to come and help us. We have Japanese also bringing support to us. We have funding for maths and science. But because the foundations are weak, we are not making a break at that senior phase. And that's why we've just felt that let's not rush ourselves. We have to deal with the foundations for learning.
And I think also, in terms of the work that districts put in, you did say that, I suppose, these results are literally brewed at district level. We saw some of the districts, particularly in Limpopo. Are you going to be, visiting that particular province to deal with those particular issues? But we also saw very good, results in terms of what was coming out from districts.
No, it's quite sad because, as national which is sometimes good. We don't appoint district managers. But I can tell you, even when you visit provinces, you can see from the district director if you're going to get results. These results don't surprise me. Because, and even the bad ones, I would have seen the district director and just say, hey, but we've agreed with DG that we are going to focus, pay more attention in Limpopo, to Limpopo and the Eastern Cape and some of the struggling districts in KZN. But fortunately, the MECs themselves are committed to making sure that the district works, because all the work and the support that schools need depend on what the district does, what the circuit does. The province is far from schools. The closest people to schools is districts and circuits to support schools. So we have to go to Limpopo and just really get the MEC to shake. Some of the provinces have been underperforming forever. Skukun is always underperforming.
Mm-hmm. I think also maybe one of the achievements that you speak about in the speech is that retention. It was a conversation that was being had for years in terms of where are these children falling through the cracks. But I see that retention level. You're quite happy with that?
We're not where we want to be because. And which is what the president has been very concerned about, to say, and we start, and I'm glad that Mary Metcalf is here, we start counting from grade 2, not grade 1. Because grade 1, you have kids who are not ready to come to school. So it's really so we start counting from grade 2. And when we counted this group from grade 2, we had about 1 million kids at grade 2. We had 700 and almost 800 writing. But it's not a straight line. Some would have been repeaters, some would have been retained. So we are managing retention so that those who fail, we do all we can to keep them in the system so that they don't leave school. But even to have the 1 million that came, if it was a straight line still, it's a very disturbing straight line, because 1 million would have been at grade 2 in 2010 or 2011, and then we have 800,000, so which means we've lost almost 200,000, which is a lot also, if you think that it's lives and human beings. It's not a number, it's really individual people. So it's a big number and it's concerning.
Thank you so much, Minister, for talking to us about that. And congratulations once again. I know you are always somewhere looking at your schools, and I understand that, I suppose, your hard work has paid off.
No, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thanks to the public for all the support. Thanks, Prof, for ongoing support that we get even from our academics and from our business. They really support the sector.
You've heard there, that was the Minister of Basic Education, Ms. Angie Motshekga, just taking us through that speech and those results. I think one thing that she did speak about that was not in the speech was the issue of gateway subjects, that they're giving themselves time to work on those particular subjects to see how they can best encourage, South African learners to take up the subjects, but also, I suppose, putting in those supportive measures to ensure that they're able to achieve those passes that they want, those particular subjects. But also, I think the issue of bachelor passes, quite happy with that. There has been, she's speaking over 30,000 learners this year alone that were more than what is usual in terms of achieving bachelor passes. The distinction rate has also gone up by over 19% or so. But I think also speaking to the issue of that she will be, talking to certain provinces in terms of provinces that are historically not necessarily doing well, provinces where I suppose they're facing those challenges alongside the districts, because these results are baked, much as they're baked at schools, but schools are run by a district. I think I will be back here after this ad break.